All right, guys. I don't know how many of you are here, but if any of you are going to pop on, I'm going to do a little bit of ripping for some Pokemon cards. Let's see if maybe we can get lucky and get something halfway decent. Not going to guarantee anything, but going to see how this dual camera little setup really works. So hopefully you guys will be able to tell me how it actually looks. I'm using a GoPro for my pack opening camera, and I'm still using my Sony ZV-E10 right here. So bear with me. If it sucks, well, I apologize. But we're going to take a look at it right now. All right. I'm going to adjust some audio here because it's coming through the speakers, it sounds like. And it should not be. Oh, I see why it is. Oop. I've got the stream going on another feed. But hopefully you guys are having a good day. And this is pretty much what I've got going on right now. So as you can see, we got some surging sparks right here, which my hand's in the way. So I may have to actually, well, just leave it as it is. It's okay. But it might be better if I shrink it down maybe just a little bit, or let's move this to a better part. How about that? Let's move me up to the top corner. There we go. Now I'm out of the way. Yay. Out of the way is always a good thing. All right. So this might be a little awkward for me because I got a microphone and lots of stuff in front of me. So we're going to work with some surging sparks first. All right. There we go. And this is first pack, and don't know how well the GoPro is going to work because it is connected just with USB and not USB-C. So might have a little bit of lag, so I apologize for that in advance. But let's go ahead and get underway. We'll do these. We're going to save the 151s for last. Now, I went around the past couple of days, and I've been actually looking for Pokemon cards and was able to get to a local Walmart and managed to find all of these packs right here. So, not too bad in terms of finding them. I didn't pay really any more than really retail, which was about $5 for each one. I am going to use scissors to cut these things open because I'm not very good at ripping them. Let's give it a whirl first pack. Yeah, so I'm not very good at actually opening these up, and I really don't want to damage any of the actual cards. So let's see what we got. And I know I'm going to make a big old mess. And I got to turn something off. All right, I'm back over here. So I have a trash bag full of empty stuff for whenever I'm opening these packs up. All right, so we're going to do the card trick with these packs. So you're looking at one card to the front. And let's get these out of the way. So we got Energy, Feel, Dino, Little, Blitzel, Tauros. Ooh, I'm seeing maybe a hit already. All right, here's our reverses. Let's see what we got. Flygon EX. So we got that as our first hit. I'm going to just sort these and stack them appropriately. So hopefully you guys don't mind that. But let's go ahead and put Flygon into a little sleeve right here and put him off to the side. He's not a very, I don't think he's a very good solid one. I think he's just a regular EX. No, 222 out of 191. So that might be something to kind of look into. So it's one of the rares. Now, I've only been really getting into Pokemon cards for, a couple months now. I've got brothers that have been into these for years and years. And I have one brother, he's got a ton of Pokemon cards, but most of his are going to be ones that were played with. Now, I'm not going to go spend forever on some of these cards, Togekiss, because I've got a lot of packs right here, and I want to open them all up with all of you that are not watching me at home. And I just want to be okay and not actually cut any of these cards. Basic. Trapinch. Braviary. I know there are some people that'll just go through these and they'll go through super quick and get to the very end cards. Now, these ones are going to take a little work to get into. And these are going to make a big old mess. So I may just have to take them and throw them on the floor when I'm done. But again, hopefully we can get some hits today. So far we got the Flygon EX from the Surging Sparks packs right now. Energy. Now I know I'm not as fun to watch as someone like Leonhart, but oh, okay, we got a Precious Trolley. I think I've already got one of those. Chin-Pao. Not too shabby. I'm going to put that one. I think like I said, I'm pretty certain that I've already got that particular one card. All right. So far, looking at one view, I think that's because I have it connected. Just so I can make sure that it is still streaming decently. And I start doing more like Call of Duty, Fortnite type things. I may end up going and upping the kilobits per second. This 0 drop frames, which is great when you actually have fiber. Shroodle. Flit. I think I got anything specific in this one. I think it's, oh, okay. There we go. We got our first full art illustrated. And this one is definitely going to go into an actual sleeve here. I think I've had this one before. But even if not, well, we're going to make sure that that one's going to be cared for separately from some of the other ones. All right, and you do not want to come out of this package, do you? Ah, there we go. Got to give it a little bit of love there. And my hamster is going crazy on me right now. Right beside me, and she either doesn't like the noise I'm making, or she just really, really wants some attention. I think it's going to boil down to the attention side of things. Gimmighoul, Glimmet, Tauros, Phoebus. So a lot of these, I think a couple of these I didn't have already. Surging Spark seems to be like the main packs that you're really able to find more than anything right now. Now, being that I do work retail, I did manage to get these 151s and the Surging Sparks booster bundles today at my local store. I could have gotten a lot more if I wanted to, but I'm not that guy, because you do have a lot of people that are going to try to buy these things and try to resell them. I just want them to collect more than anything else, at least for right now, unless I get something really, really good to turn around and get graded and possibly sell down the road. Excadrill, Gouging Fire, that was a pretty one. Now, I have run across some Pokemon packs where the cards are just beautiful. I want you to kind of post down below or post in the chat if you have actually really come across some Pokemon cards you thought were just absolutely gorgeous. I think probably one of my favorite ones that I've seen so far since I started was the Eevee card that came with Prismatic Evolutions ETB. That is by far one of the prettiest cards I think I've ever seen. So far, I don't seem to be having too much luck, other than the two that you've seen. Oh, Jasmine's Gaze. Okay, that is a nice little hit right there. So it's a full art trainer. I don't know if I actually have that one or not. So just when I was saying I wasn't getting too many hits, boom, end up getting one. So maybe I need to be Mr. Negative Nancy a little more frequently so I actually can see if I can get some more pulls. And yes, I do try to make sure that the cards are all pushed down so I don't accidentally cut something. Yes, I have a weird, unique way of actually stacking my cards. Later on, I will go ahead and actually sort them out. Kilowattrel. That's a regular EX there. So that'll go on that stack. Some of these are just really nice. It's a pretty little card. Mesprit. I only got 3 of these particular packs left before I go into the packs from the booster bundle. Yeah, but pretty much everything I got here, I got around retail or maybe about $1 above retail, which would be those first 3 packs that you saw me open. So I'm going to have a total of, I want to say 18 Surging Sparks and 12 151s. I'm seeing a lot of duplicates in here, obviously, but you know, the more that you open, the more duplicates obviously you're going to get. Cyrano, Dialga. And not a great way to sit up in this chair. Start hurting your back after a little while there. Once I finish with these booster packs, I'm going to go ahead and clean my wrappers up. All right. Energy. Ooh, okay, there's another hit right there. Surfer full art, full illustrated. So I've got 2 actual trainers here, which that's pretty good. And let's see, last pack magic, even though it's not really technically the last pack. This is probably the highlight of my night. Unfortunately, a little family drama earlier, but you know, we all have those times with our families. I think I might accidentally have a little bit of an EX kind of poking out there, I think. Maybe I can get something halfway decent. Drayton. Oops. Damask. Torrentus. Let's see what we got. Melodic. That's a standard, regular EX. All right, so that's pretty much it for all of the actual packs that I got, guys. Let's go ahead and do a little bit of cleanup. That good old Walmart bag for the trash. And let's go on to the Surging Sparks booster packs in the booster bundle. So I guess the question is did any of you guys get any of the actual blister packs that came out today for Surging Sparks? If you guys are not familiar, there were some packs that came out today. Let's box back together. Just set you off the side over there. And the packs that came out today, they were still Surging Sparks, but it was a 3-pack. It had 3 of these, and it had a specific little additional bonus card that came with it. And I can't remember if it had a coin or not that came with it as well. Let me grab a few more penny sleeves just to be positive. I mean, you never know. Maybe we can find something good out of these. Now, we did make a big, long video that I haven't posted yet where I opened a lot of cards. I mean, a lot of cards. I mean, I think I opened like 50 packs of cards. And it took like maybe even more than that because it took me like an hour to open it because I had an ETB to actually do it, to open, and then tons and tons of packs that I had bought. So I just did one mass opening. I hadn't actually started doing any streaming, or else I probably would have just done it right here for you guys. Another EX right there. Just a regular EX though. All right. There's a lot of really good Pokemon streamers are out there. You know, the one that asks, should I open it or should I keep it sealed? And I like watching some of his, even though, you know, some is like, I was walking around here and saw something nobody was looking at. It kept missing, you know, things like that. Kind of cool. Guys must be getting some money coming in to be able to afford some of those packs. Obviously, you've got Leonhart, which really brought a lot of people into doing things like this. Not saying he's specifically the reason for me doing this. There's I want to say Poke NE, something like that. He doesn't necessarily do this he does talk more about the business side of being a card dealer more than anything else. Yeah, I'm gonna have so many of these as additionals. As like duplicates and triplicates and quadruplicates. Like that one, that's another duplicate. And I only got 3 more packs from this booster bundle. I do like taking my time on some of these packs. I don't just want to blow right through it. You know, sometimes you just want to stop and smell the roses along the way. Try not to get thorned. All right, full picks. Jasmine's Gaze. I already got the full art for that one. Boss, Iron Crown. All right, we're getting a little low here, but we haven't gotten anything yet in this particular booster bundle. This one, I didn't actually sneak a peek to the very end. Palkia. All right. Last Surging Sparks pack that we got. But yeah, I hit up a local comic or a local card store. I hit up GameStop. I hit up Walmart. And then I just got really lucky yesterday with finding some of these actual cards. At least Surging Sparks. All right, Rotom. I don't know if I got that one. Togepi. Victini. And, ooh, what'd I get? Oh, an Executor. So that one's not too bad. That one is a regular pull. So I'll still put that in a little sleeve. See, one of these, I actually got one of these not all that long ago. So it's still Surging Sparks. It's a gold one. It's not super expensive, but it is a pretty card still nonetheless. I think so far it's the only gold card I've gotten from this particular set. So let's do a little cleanup here. One more time. Gotta knock the camera over. That would be kind of bad. Gonna move some of these out of the way so I can actually box them up here in a little bit and see if I need any of them in the good old binder, which there's always that possibility. I'm gonna put these off on the side here. And I have a pack. Yeah, that's the rest of that pack. They just didn't move over. The actual holographics we got. And we're going to move our halfway decent pulls out of the way over here. And that's just going to go into the regulars. All right. We are hitting up the 151s. So if you guys know anything, you know these are very hard to get. Now, this Friday, or this coming Friday, is the 28th of March. It is my actual birthday. Yay. You do have the new set that is releasing, so they're going to have, you know, your booster packs like these as well. You're going to have ETBs, so you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff coming out this next Friday, which is pretty cool. I mean, I'm looking forward to the new set. And I'm just going to keep these boxes up here because I just like the look of the 151s. And hopefully we can get a couple good cards out of this. Ah, come on. The packs aren't always the most friendly when it comes to actually opening them. All right, so we got 12 packs. We got 12 chances. Can we get that little Charizard? And these ones are 1 also, and some of them were, some of the older ones had, the card trick was like 4 cards, so. Eevee, Grimer, Zubat, Clefable, Dugtrio, Launcher. Okay, that's the regulars. Let's see what you got. King and Beedrill. So nothing great out of that particular one. Now, if you don't know what 151 means, these cards are based off of the original 151 Pokemon that were around for multiple seasons. They even had the Pokerap and all that good stuff when it came to it, which you don't know about the Pokerap, well, you are missing out. You need to go find it on YouTube, and it'll change your life. And there was actually a couple variations of the actual Pokerap as well. So nothing wrong with that. I preferred the original Pokerap. All right, Electrode. Tentacool. And both of my hamsters are going absolutely crazy right now. They're chewing on their cage. They want attention. And right now, I'm not giving them too much attention. So you may actually hear one of them actually chewing on their cage right to my right. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. Goldeen, Nidoran. Right now, if you are just now joining, I'm opening up some 151 packs. Just actually finished opening up all my Surging Sparks packs. Now, these aren't ones that were sent to me like some of the big YouTubers are going to have. But these are ones that I actually managed to find in the actual stores, Marowak, and purchase with my own hard-earned money. So I hope you are having a really good night. And hopefully by the time I finish opening these booster bundles, I will be having a better night as well. And that was very short-lived, but it's okay. We know how it goes when it comes to doing these. Oh, okay, we got a gold. We got the holographic energy. Doesn't really mean anything, but we'll move it over there. Ponyta. We got Pikachu. Scyther, Charmeleon. Sandshrew. Ooh, got a Mewtwo. Mewtwo's always good. Don't know if that's considered a hit or not. Typically, your holographic ones are not, but he just looks absolutely angry, which is perfectly fine. Let's put him off to the side here. We'll look all those up later on with some of the other card apps, such as Collector or Rare Candy, which those are probably a couple of the bigger ones that you're actually going to find to keep track of your cards. Now, you have people that have their own preferences on what software they're going to actually use. Because some work more than others. Pikachu again. And that is the reverse holo. Oh, Jolteon there. Said I'm kind of curious on that actual Mewtwo, because I know Mewtwo is always a good card to get. All right, last pack magic. Get a little tap for good luck. At least last pack magic out of this booster bundle. And ooh, that came pretty close to cutting something, but it would have just been the little code card. All right. Psychic Energy. Old Amber Pidgeotto. Remember so many of these actual Pokemon from when I watched as a kid. Oh, okay. Giovanni's Charisma. There's your full art right there. And that is our first actual pull from the 151 booster bundles. Also was the last pack, so a little bit of last pack magic there. Don't know the value of this particular one, but, you know, I'll look at these ones later on and see if I can actually figure it out. All right, let's go ahead and get into our last packs when it comes to our 151s. Let's see if it wants to be cranky or not. And I know it is like 12:30 in the morning for me. It's very, very early, but I don't have to be at work until about 10:45 tomorrow, so I got a little bit of time to be able to get to sleep and pass out. Now, I've been fortunate since I've been looking for these cards. I've been able to find many 151s as well as the Surging Sparks. When I first started looking, I really couldn't find the Surging Sparks all that much. But now it seems like Surging Sparks are getting to be a little more readily available versus some of these other newer packs, such as Prismatic. Prismatic I got lucky on and got a couple of the booster bundles last week or a couple weeks ago. Whenever it was they did their drop, I got lucky about 4 days later and caught some at Best Buy and caught some at GameStop. But I haven't been doing any kind of openings or anything like that because I wasn't sure on how the best way to go about it was going to be. Let's see. Got a Vileplume, Metapod, and Nidoqueen. So, not a good start to the pack openings for the 151s. Now, these scissors are older than myself, and that's actually saying a lot. Get rid of that. All right, Energy, Cubone. Can't do like Leon Hart and be like, Energy. And a Cruel. Staryu, that's kind of a cool looking card. Dragonite, and oh, it got another Mewtwo. So that's 2 Mewtwo's I've gotten out of these packs so far. Who knows? I still got 4 more packs I'm working on. And it could have more Mewtwo's in there. But we do want to see more full art illustration cards. Because those are kind of your hard to find ones. But again, I would love to see myself get a good old Charizard. A Moth holder. And Ditto. Alright, 3 packs to go, guys. Can we get lucky with one of these last 3 packs? Honestly, do we want to pull a Leon Hart and try to guess the energy? Let's do Fighting Energy. Nope. It is a holographic Psychic Energy. Seal. Let's see, we got a Muck. Oh, I think I might have something. Ooh, an Arbok EX. And it is a regular EX, so number 24 out of 165. So typically the inset ones are not worth a ton of money. I mean, you might talk about Some cases 50 cents, 25 cents. I think I've seen some even go as low as like a dime. They look cool, but they just really aren't worth anything. Which a lot of people are like, oh, well, if you're collecting, you shouldn't be worrying about the price. Well, I've always done that. When I was a kid, I collected baseball cards and basketball cards, and I really did the same thing where I wanted to know what the values were and see if it was worth keeping, but I never got rid of any cards when I was younger. So I eventually ended up selling my sports cards and kind of kicking myself a little bit because I think I got a full art. I got a Jinx full art. Jinx EX. That is the purple people eater there. So I got 2 pulls. And I'm on the last pack of everything that I've purchased since yesterday. Can I get the Charizard? And right now, I would take any pulls. All right. Energy. Squirtle. Lickitung. Venonat. Magneton. Nidoqueen. Victory Bell. Always love that character. The scream and eating James all the time. Dodrio. Bloom. And we got another Electrode. So, doesn't look like we did that great on that last pack. So, did get some decent pulls. Like I said, I got a couple full arts right here. Trainer, Giovanni. So, we'll see how those ones are going to play out in terms of my collection. I did get a few over here when it came to Surging Sparks. So, I think all in all, it may have been a good set of pulls. So, I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that maybe I had a good pull? I don't know. Post down below. What was your best pull? Now, I'm not talking about going and just purchasing a card, be like, hey, I got this card. It's already graded. What was the best pull that you actually were able to make that either you really, really wanted to keep, you were stoked about, or maybe you sent it off to get graded because you just want to see if it was really worth anything. So again, I appreciate you guys coming. This is a little more off key from what I typically do, but trying something a little different to see if maybe we get some more views, some different people from outside of the whole arcade genre that we were doing. But it seems like Arcade 1-Up is kind of, they're not as popular as what they were, and a lot of the chats and groups that I was part of on Facebook have grown very stagnant. Not a lot of people are really posting about anything on there anymore because there's not really any news being released or even leaked out. And the little bit that they have been releasing hasn't been worth it for some people. So hopefully we'll get more information for some of the upcoming stuff. I do want to do more videos, not just live streams. So, but if you do like this content, if you're looking for other types of content, please, by all means, hit that like and subscribe. Turn on those notifications so you know when I'm doing this again. And we will see you soon. Until next time, guys, game on.